G'day, ZiggyD here. Now with the announcement that ladders are in fact coming to Reaper of Souls Diablo 3, I've been getting a ton of questions and comments to the effect of if it's still worthwhile actually farming for Paragon levels. It's pretty much been announced that essentially Paragon is going to be account-wide now. However, it's going to be divided up amongst the different ladders. So you're going to have an account-wide softcore default ladder Paragon number, essentially Paragon level, then you're going to have a separate one for hardcore, then you're going to have a separate one for each other seasonal ladder that occurs. So the way this will work is essentially if you compete in a seasonal ladder, that won't go to your current Paragon score for the default ladder. However, once the seasonal ladder finishes, so say there's like a 6-month ladder, and you finish up with a Paragon 550 character or something like that, that experience will then be rolled back into your normal account Paragon level. So with that in mind, people are wondering now, is it worthwhile farming for Paragon levels with ladders coming up in Reaper of Souls? Well, the answer to this is pretty simple. If you're planning on playing ladders overall, then there's really not that much of a point to farming for Paragon experience, because that will not carry over at all into any of the seasonal ladders. Now the reason for this is pretty reasonable, I think. They want the ladders to be a separate competitive environment, and it's based around people that want to actually compete around each other. It's also there for the economy refresh for people that want to play in a fresh economy each new ladder season. But it's also there for the people that want to be competitive and want to see who can get the highest overall Paragon level in that ladder during that season, for example. Now, with that in mind, with it being competitively focused, having any benefits come from your overall account Paragon level on the default ladders is kind of going to break the competition, because if you have 10 Paragon 100 characters now, you take those into the expansion and you get all of those extra bonus points to spend in the seasonal ladders, then that's going to give you a pretty big advantage from the looks of things. You're going to have a ton of extra crit chance or move speed or magic find or whatever else you think will help you out in those ladders, and yeah, that will make it someone who might be a competitive player, like they might be like someone who's coming over from racing in Path of Exile, or they really enjoy leveling new hardcore characters. They're going to be at a bit of a deficit there. So it's pretty reasonable. But this does mean if you are one of those people that wants to get into the new ladders and compete, there's no point to you really farming Paragon levels for now. So that means you're pretty much free to take a break until then. And if you are planning on laddering pretty hard when Reaper of Souls comes out, maybe taking a break between now and then might actually let you come back with a bit of a fresh mindset, a bit fresh, not already burnt out. But that said, if you think you are someone who's not going to play ladders, and I actually suspect that will be the majority of players, I think over 50% of people will probably just go into the default ladders, because after all, a lot of people have invested a lot in their current characters and in their current account Paragon level, and you have to start again over in ladders, and that's not appealing to everyone. I'll enjoy doing a bit of both myself, so it's still worthwhile me getting some Paragon levels, for example, because all my characters are still going to be there. I'm still going to have these powerful, high Paragon level account, Paragon level characters to play, and they're going to get all the benefits from that, and I'm going to be able to jump on those whenever I want to have a bit of a bash between doing the ladder thing as well. So it really just comes down to whether you consider yourself in the category of, are you going to want to get on the ladders? Are you going to want to be a competitive player? Then farming Paragon experience is pretty much not worth it at all for you at the moment. But if you suspect you might still want to jump on, do some of the non-ladder stuff, the general, the default characters that you already have, then that Paragon experience is still going to be pretty beneficial. And if you're not sure, just casually get some Paragon experience. After all, you shouldn't really be farming a bunch of Paragon levels if you're not really having fun doing it. If you have fun doing with it, and even if you won't get any benefit out of those, if you're having fun doing it, then it's not really that much of a problem. So I think that just about covers everything. Overall, you take your Paragon XP into the default ladders. I guess they might not be called ladders even, just the default league. So legacy, essentially. Everything will roll back into there. If you do decide you want to participate in the actual seasonal ladders, then everything will roll back into that, and you're still going to get a benefit for those guys. And if you want to build up that solid base to start off in Reaper of Souls and experience endgame, if you want to jump straight into endgame, then maybe getting your Paragon XP is actually going to be pretty beneficial anyway. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.